Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank Devamp, and we're starting a new analyzing the franchise, and we're gonna talk about that man, the late Wes Craven. And Wes Craven was such an icon. He was a master of horror, and the more I think about it, is that I really miss him. And the best way I know how to honor his memory is to talk about his film. And we're going to talk about his the legacy of Scream. And Scream resurrected the horror genre. How did it do that? You would ask. Well, being an older guy, hopefully not much older, but you know when in 1996 Scream came out, I was, let me see how old I was. I was definitely not a teen. I was like in my early 20s, and I loved it. After the 1980s ended, and they had so much horror, awesome film movies, there was a gap. There was a gap when people didn't talk about horror anymore. I kept going back to the video store and renting all those movies from the 80s. You know, watching Night of the Comet, watching The Return of the Living Dead, watching the Halloween franchise, the Nightmare franchise, the Friday the 13th franchise, and that was it. But kind of in the early 90s, there was just this gap where people have forgotten how wonderful horror was. Came Wes Craven and said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give you something that you will talk about. And Wes, right there, that wonderful man, thought of something so awesome, an opening so iconic that it has been lampooned, it has been often imitated, made fun of sometimes, and it's amazing. What's your favorite scary movie, right? The Funko. This is, by the way, for the movie review of Scream, it's going to be an unusual one. I'm going to rant all over the place because it's so great that I'm just going to tell you things. So just follow me as I just go along, and you'll get my feelings about Scream. Drew Barrymore, so beautiful, so awesome, so innocent. We remember her by E.T., right? We remember her scream by watching, Steven Spielberg's E.T. and going, and we remember how cute and innocent she was. And there she is once again staring to what we think is going to be she's going to be the heroine of the movie, of course, making popcorn. And then the phone call happens. Hello, that's your favorite scary movie. Turning into a kinky game, playful game. She thinks it's a friend or a guy who has a crush on her, somebody like that, or a pervert at the very least. But instead, she finds a very creepy game with this. Ghostface. Such an iconic mask, such a slasher, so unbelievable, and brutally. By the way, spoilers. Put that in the description. Brutally murders her within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Then the credits roll. You kidding me, right? Obviously, Wes Craven sent up to another horror master, Alfred Hitchcock, when the heroine of the movie, Jamie Lee, uh, Jamie Lee Curtis, a mother, Janet Lee, and she goes and Norman Bates, another horror icon, right, brutally murders her in the shower scene. Definitely echoes this. So the movie all of a sudden grabs you by the balls and twists them like this and says, "I got you, viewer. You're gonna love this freaking movie." And you know what? You would think that this is gonna be one trick pony, but no, it gets better. There's this little hood on it. People keep texting me, man. There's this little hood on it. We don't know who Ghostface is. Could be a man, could be a woman, could be a Mrs. Voorhees type of killer. Who is Ghostface? Will it be one person? Can it be more? Can it be several? Two, three, five? Who's doing this? We're introduced to Neve Campbell, that plays Cindy, and she's just unbelievable because she channels that Jamie Lee Curtis type of innocence and cuteness, but you know, with a natural smile, and she just got it, man. She was perfectly cast to what to being, a scream queen, and she's got this boyfriend, have this difficult relationship because they're teens and it's difficult. Totally believable. We have our quirky characters develop. Besides Drew doing the ultimate awesome sacrifice, we got Courtney Cox as playing kind of this bitch journalist trying to uncover who's the killer. Um, got Rose McGowan as a friend. Um, and, you know, we have David Arquette as the, quirky deputy. As quirky and as crazy and as dumb as a dumb heat cop could be, David Arquette delivers. And that's unbelievably awesome. Um, and we have everybody being perfect. But, I want to go ahead and mention that everybody that was choose to uh, played the roles. Everybody that was chosen, you know, was the perfect one. But of course, we gotta know that the horror movie guy was the one that totally stole the show because he's the one who made the rules at the party. And those horror rules is what represents what us horror fans stand for. Actually analyze horror films, like for example, the rules you can never have sex or you die in a horror film. You can never say "I'll be right back" because you won't be back. And that type of thing is it's unbelievable, and he plays it perfectly. Awesome. This is Randy Mix. That's the horror avid fan portrayed in Scream. You know, it took me a while, but that's Jamie Kennedy. Dude, that's actually Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy can act. You wouldn't know that by watching Malibu's Most Wanted, or Son of the Mask. Ugh. But dude can act. Maybe he should play a horror fan more often. But his character, Randy Meeks, was a love letter, in my opinion, a love letter from Wes Craven to us, the fans, to us horror fans. We are relevant because we know we're above the curve. If today a homicidal maniac will come in and try to slash us, kill us, we will have a better chance of survival than the average regular Joe because we know how shit happens in horror films. That's what Wes Craven is telling us. And I buy it. I totally buy it, man. Now, because we know the flow, we've seen it so many times. Nev Campbell, has to figure it out whether her boyfriend is a killer or could it be somebody else. Could Randy Mix have gone crazy? You know, it's a really good mystery, and I remember the very first time I watched it, and it kept me uh, glued and confused. And I remember I guessed that there were two people that were the killers. They couldn't have been done by one, and I was right, but I didn't guess the right people because So yeah, I wonder. You want to put that in the comments? Did you catch the killers? Did you get who it was? I was loving the movie. I was glued every second of the movie. I loved. Let's talk about the direction of Wes Craven. No, what about the kills? I mean, Drew Barrymore's kill, fantastic, so brutal. We have Rose McGowan's kill. We have the crazy two dudes stabbing each other. And we have just such an iconic mask, man. Let's go back to Ghostface. I mean, so somebody who can do such an awesome job with Freddy Krueger, right? Such as Wes Craven, you would know that he was gonna be able to come out with another awesome one. And Ghostface is just amazing. And to me, it's just unbelievable. Just It's unbelievable. Really awesome, really awesome, awesome, awesome design. Look at it, so creepy, yet so effective, so slim, so fast. This is not a slow, take bullets type of guy like Michael Myers. Not, it doesn't appear in your dreams, even though he might cause you nightmares, like Robert England, Freddy Krueger. So if we have a wonderful story, we have wonderful directing, we have great kills. Wes Craven designed what I call one of the, for sure, I will say, no matter what type of horror fan you are, you have to have Scream in your top 50. You just have to. And you ask me what grade I give this movie? Without a doubt, this is an A plus. Besides the original Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, I will say that this is my favorite. And because this is so early with Mr. Craven's passing, watching it again is a special significance to me. We won't get any more new work from him anymore. So we have to appreciate what his legacy is. And hopefully some directors will pick it up and, you know, honor his memory by doing films like that, taking risks. You know, at first, a lot of people didn't think that this would work. But you know what? 4 films later and a TV series, people still love Scream. I know I do. Please comment and subscribe whether you like the film or not. If you didn't like the film, what planet are you in? No, seriously, I mean, I guess you're entitled to your own opinion, but is there anybody who doesn't love Scream? Not even love. You're a horror fan, you love Scream. It's unbelievably great. It's Wes Craven's love letter to us fans, and I want to read that letter over and over and over again. Signing out from the shadows. Your friend the band says farewell till part 2, when we take a look at Scream 2 and see if Wes Craven was able to recover the magic with part 2. Take care, be well, don't let Ghostface bite.